Well, hello everyone. It is blizzarding here in Chicago on this Black Friday weekend. And we're going to do a short video today, but hopefully one with a happy ending. You see, for as long as I've been doing this channel, basically, I have been doing a little series of videos, usually around this time of year, around when holiday shopping starts, telling people not to buy Macallan. Macallan Distillery, very probably the most famous distillery in the Speyside, if not all of Scotland. And I, much beloved of the sweet folks and also, I don't know, the boomers in general. But I've been telling people not to buy them. Mainly because, entirely because I just don't think they're competitive in terms of what you get at their price points. There's lots of other problems with them. The range is completely unfathomable. No one understands the black box and the blue boxes and the Harmony series, and it's a big old mess. But Highland Park, also an Edrington brand, also kind of a big old mess in terms of their lineup. But you can dig through there and still find stuff that is worth buying. I have not. And up until now, I've had a hard time finding stuff from Macallan that is worth buying. It's just all been entirely too expensive for what it is. Now, I even did a video with Tom, who came in to try to revamp the brand a little bit. I'm still very proud of the video. Anyways, Tom would not be happy with this release because this one, at least on paper, seems like it might actually be worth your attention. This is the Macallan 12-year-old, 110 proof. And what is this? What do we got here? You know what? I have plenty of room on the table. I'm going to leave the box. So this, pour this early. This is a sherry bomb. It's entirely sherry matured from Macallan. It is 12 years old and it is bottled at 55% alcohol by volume. And more importantly is the price point. Here in Chicago, you can get this on sale for around $100. And I doubt it will really effectively go off sale anytime soon. So assuming you can get it for that kind of price, this falls right in the middle of like the other high-proof sherry bombs out there. Glenfarclas 105, Aberlour Abuna. I'm sure I haven't seen Glendronach around here in a while, the Cask Strengths, but I'm sure right there the Tamdhu batch strength. But those are all non-age-stated whiskeys, and this stuff is a age-stated 12-year-old. So this is very intriguing, at least on paper. I haven't really tasted this yet. I had a little pour on Thanksgiving when my palate was completely wrecked, so I didn't even know what I was tasting then. So this is my first official tasting of this stuff. What else to say? So yeah, it is Macallan. So you're probably, if you have some experience with malts, you're probably looking at this and wondering, okay, there's got to be something wrong with it. High proof 12-year-old from Macallan for a hundo. What's wrong with it? What is the turd in the punch, so to speak? Well, there isn't really a turd in the punch per se. It's more like a bald eagle in a pickup truck. But I will tell you what it is, because I only figured it out after I looked at the box. All right, so there is a little oak origin chart. I'm not sure if you can see it, but it's got a Spanish oak side, European oak side, sorry, and an American oak side. And this stuff is all the way over on the American oak side. It's still all sherry maturation. It's just underneath the sherry is American oak. So yeah, that is the trick. What I'm guessing what's going on is the double cask or whatever the which is still sherry matured. The double cask series is not selling, I think, as well as Edrington would like it, and this is a place for them to push all of their American oak sherry casks. So I think that's what's going on. Am I mad about that? No, because sherry historically was always shipped in whatever the cheapest cask they could find was, and sometimes that was good old American oak, and sometimes it was Spanish oak. Who cares? All right, any other information on this? Absolutely not. Now that I've been blabbing about this for 5 minutes, let's get stuck into it. See what we got. Okay, so where do I start with this? I'll tell you. This is going to sound weird. Caramel corn. I don't know if this is around the world, but like popcorn that's been like covered in caramel to the point where it doesn't really smell like salted caramel corn, like that kind of thing. There's a little bit of a maritime touch to this. Yeah, so take your caramel corn and then take like a chocolate orange. They haven't hit the local grocery stores yet, but I'm on the lookout because I need to stock up on the chocolate oranges while they're out there. Take your chocolate orange, smash it on the table, and break up your pieces and put it all over in your caramel corn. And then pour some Turkish coffee all over that mixture. And that's kind of what this smells like. Very heavy on the like caramel toffee, but also kind of maritime, salty. There's a little bit of a floral thing, too. As long as we're on Turkish coffee, how about some Turkish delight in there? Yeah, cinnamon, cardamom, black pepper. I'm looking for vanilla from the U.S. oak. It's a little bit of vanilla, but it really presents more as like old candy, like caramel. There's also a little bit of like an oily touch to this. We're wandering into kind of Italian cuisine. There's a little bit of an extra virgin olive oil meets a balsamic vinegar thing. Not like good balsam, not like real proper balsamico, just the grocery store stuff, but something like that. Little bit of burned oatmeal in there too. A little bit of graininess. Okay, so it smells like super duper decadent. We are heavy onto caramel corn and chocolate oranges. And a little bit of Swisher Sweets, but it's really, the sherry component is really presenting as chocolate orange. On the palate. Well, that is some whiplash. Okay. This has... So I remember when I had I think I had the Glendronach Cask Strengths, whatever that is, blind. And I described it as something that tasted like almost a cartoon caricature of what people thought a sherry matured malt whiskey would taste like. This is kind of doing the same thing. It's very, very decadent, almost raisiny up front. And then it gets very kind of ashy and dry on the back end. But it's weirdly quite shallow on the palate. This does not have a lot of mouth length to it. It's all kind of happening up front. If you like, this tastes like 12 years old going on like 7. Is it still the best official? I mean, not like I've bought this is the first official bottling of Macallan I've bought in a long time. But of the ones I've tasted, this is still leagues above like those characters. Kind of a fun one to pick apart. So yeah, on the front end, golden raisins, just mashed up raisins. But then you've also got your caramel corn, your toffee, salted caramel corn, sorry, and salted toffee, your chocolate orange. What is that? Like almost a... there's the Turkish coffee thing, but also like a tea component. like a Darjeeling thing, but more tea leaves. On the front end, cinnamon, cardamom, interesting. Yeah, very, 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 very decadent up front. It's got like a rosewater thing. You get so Turkish Delight again, I guess. I'm going to run out of this. Oh, also, new topper. This is kind of cool. I will say the topper is way better than what you get with Diageo. So kudos to Edrington for that. And that's the first time I've said that phrase in a long time. Anyway, so there's all this kind of nice, decadent stuff, like orangey, fudgy stuff up front. And then, like maybe a second and a half into when it hits the palate, it's all shut down by intense aromatic ash and black pepper. Very, very dry on the finish. So yeah, it's like a whiplash kind of thing. It's almost cartoony in terms of how like desserty it wants to hit on the front of the palate in terms of how dry it wants to finish on the back. There's some flowers kind of floating around on the finish as well. Very interesting. I want to give this some water, see how it reacts, and I'll figure out something to talk about while I'm kind of waiting for it to settle. 2, 3, 4. It'll probably take 5. Yeah, we'll do 4.5. Yeah, so like I said, this is the first Macallan I bought in at least a decade and a half. The last one I bought was I bought some miniatures, I guess, since then. But I did buy the old Cask Strengths, which I enjoy very much. I think I 90'd that. That was phenomenal stuff. And it's just kind of like an indication that this is still a great distillery. Underneath all of this, whatever they've done to these poor sherry casks, is like some really interesting, grungy, oily distillate. You get a little taste of that. If you get a chance to try Tamdhu, for example, some of the distillate coming out of there now. But really, if you ever get a chance to like have an independent bottling of Macallan that's just bourbon matured, which is really showing off the distillate, that's worth trying because it's an ugly distillate, man, in the best possible way. And I think it obviously really suits sherry maturation. It's just that, now it's just something that the C-suite guys give to each other, and that's what the brand is. All right, let us go back to this. I really want to give this a good score. I really want this to kind of surprise. I'm a little worried right now because, like, the mouth presence is weird because it's very fun up initially, and then it shuts down. It kind of turns peppery and ashy, and it's just not heading. It's not heading into my tonsils or my lungs at all, and that's just disappointing for something at this strength at this age. On the nose. Okay, now we're getting more mashed raisins and a little bit of cough syrup, a little bit of Robitussin in there. We're still getting the kind of caramel corn thing, the toffee, the salted, desserty stuff, chocolate orange. Little bit of pancake syrup too. Yeah, it's interesting. So it's the combination of American oak and intense sherry maturation is really making the caramel pancake syrup thing come out. Yeah, that's about all I got that's new on the nose. On the palate, please be good. What I was hoping for was that water would improve the mouth presence, particularly the length. And guess what? Water has improved the mouth presence and the length. Not really a big old new set of flavors here. It's still kind of doing the same things. It's just now it feels less cartoony. It feels more integrated. It feels more like a well-oiled machine. Caramel corn, pancake syrup, chocolate orange up front. That tea thing, along with your Turkish coffee, that's all in there. Cinnamon, cardamom. But all that continues back even as the pepper and the ash kind of come in. It's not like the peppery, ashy thing is not like cutting off those notes anymore. It's kind of just like joining in the fun. So it's you're having a big old party in my mouth of decadent stuff, but also ashy, peppery, dry stuff. A little more mashed raisins, a little more of that cough syrup thing I was getting on the nose. I'm not blown away by this. This is not really competing with that old Cask Strength from way back when, but it's pretty good. I can, in my heart of hearts, recommend this. This is a Macallan you can go out and buy without reservation. Score-wise, it really does benefit from water. I'm gonna score this 87 with like a little water drop because it really does need that water. Or I don't know, maybe when this is open a little bit longer, it'll kind of loosen up a little bit even without water. Yeah, 87 points. I think this is competitive with some of the other bombs out there. And that is something I've not been able to say of a Macallan for a long, long, long time. So, yeah, good. I don't think they did this for because they love the nerds. I think they did this to get rid of some of the casks that weren't going to the Double Oak series. But I'm glad they did this. Well done, Edrington. More like this, please. Thanks for watching, and cheers.